Ladies and gentlemen, I have my suspicions about this story, and it involves this particular person right here. He is accused of this point, and I think he actually admitted and he confessed to the police what he did. But it is my belief that this is going to fall under a narrative called Mom's Boyfriend. I do not know that for a fact. I'm going to tell you guys straight up. I'm going to speculate based on a lot of the things that have been going on and based on the details in this story, okay? Now, a Milwaukee man slaughtered 5 members of his own family. Mark that word. The news said, not my words. The police are saying, not my words. The courts are going to say, not my words, his own family. Please mark that because it's a very, very important detail. A Milwaukee man slaughtered 5 members of his own family, including a 14-year-old, but spared a toddler at the home and called police to turn himself in, and he was quoted by saying, his family is dead. Now, they call this a mass murder, and I'll tell you guys this. Finally, we have a black situation where a black person has killed multiple people and they give it the proper context and they call it a mass murder. Now, a lot of people, shout out to my brother Relationship Rehab and other people that have been saying that it was funny how like the things you got going on in Chicago where 13, 14 people have been shot and killed, but they don't call it mass murder, right? I don't think that you have to have an intimate relationship with people to call it mass murder. But nonetheless, they got the terminology correct, and I'm glad that they did. Now, distraught friends, and you'll see a lot of these pictures come up here in a moment, and thank you guys, y'all are saying I love the show. I appreciate the people that understand. Thank you for your compliment. But I truly appreciate people that understand. I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings or bring anybody down, but what I am here to do is raise awareness to the highest level. Why? Because we have young people dying. And I believe that young people need a chance more than old people. I'll say that again. Young lives deserve more of an opportunity to get a chance to grow up than elder people. So if I had to choose between the ages of under 18 and below to our toddlers to give them a chance over people that are 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 years old, you're absolutely right. I think that they deserve an opportunity to get a chance to live life. That is my mantra. I don't understand why that's so shocking for people. Like, why does that shock people's soul like that? I don't get it. I think that children are important. I think that children deserve a chance because they can't speak for themselves, nor can they defend themselves until they are able to be grown, right? That's all I'm saying. Distraught friends, family members, and neighbors gathered outside the house of the 2800 block of North 12th Street, Milwaukee, where the mass shooting occurred Monday. Some sobbed while one woman collapsed into a loved one's arms. All while, police say that fights broke out in a volatile crowd. Ooh-wee. Let me repeat that in Milwaukee. While people were falling out about this thing that happened, they had fights break out. Fights broke out in the midst of a massacre. Okay? Apparently, yes, the right way to behave is to fight each other. That's the proper behavior, is to kick each other's ass in the midst of some wild stuff going on, like these young innocent people losing their lives. What I think is even crazier, especially for people out there that are pro-black, that don't like my message, and they say that white people do it too. Why is it that white people always have to convince black people not to steal, kill, and destroy each other? Why is it that the police always have to convince you to not kick your own asses? Because it seems like that's what they have to do. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. There's a reason that that is our hashtag. And please, anytime you guys see somebody post that, make sure to tell them that they got it from the AFC, because we're a smaller channel and I want people to know where that thing comes from. It comes from us. When you date thugs, you date death. And the reason I say that is because I believe that when you date somebody that is a thug, you are encouraging them. It's almost kind of like if you go to the nigga zoo, right? And you take your kids to the nigga zoo and you see a nigga lion sitting there. You say, oh, that nigga lion looks real cute. Let me take my child and I'm going to sit my child down in the den with that nigga lion. And what does the nigga lion do? Because it's a lion, it mauls the shit out of your kid and murders your kid. And people are just like, oh my God, man, I feel so sorry for the mother that lion attacked her baby. We feel so bad about the person that knew that it was a lion, placed the kid in that position, and then get mad at the lion for doing what lions do. Thugs are gonna do what thugs do. When you gamble on a thug, you lose. Right? That's also another hashtag of ours. Hashtag gambled on a thug. But let's get there. And for the people that always say that Just Jay is wrong because I say that, and they say this, they say, well, not all thugs behave this way. Not all thugs go out and kill kids. Well, I'll tell you this. I think it's funny how people are quick to defend criminals, but they are not just as quick to stand up and defend children who cannot speak for themselves and cannot defend themselves. Why don't they stand up that quickly whenever a child needs to be defended? Another thing I wanted to point out is there was a song by Scarface and Devin the Dude. I actually have DJ'd and met Devin the Dude before. Actually, I met Scarface before too. So shout out to both of them brothers. And they actually had a song that said, you know, you can't believe that song. That brother's wrong. Gangsters don't live that long. Did he not? And this is back in what? Late 90s? So even the hardcore guys were able to speak out and say that no, gangster life is a dangerous thing to play with. Okay? So I can't be that wrong. Thank you for the people that posted the fives. Y'all gotta let me know what the fives mean. I'm assuming that y'all mean that y'all agree with me. So, but that's dope if y'all want to do that. That's actually cool. Partially Off Grid and Homesteading sent in a $25 super chat with a purple heart emoji. And I want to say thank you if you are listening to the sound of my voice. Thank you so much for that. I truly, truly appreciate that. I really do. And if you guys want to contribute to our platform and support our voice and support our message, you guys know that the links are in the description box. Utilize them and do whatever is in your heart, okay? Let's talk more about this. The police received a 911 call from a man at 10:30 a.m. who told them his family is dead. Chief Alfonso Morales said during a brief news conference. The gunman, who was later identified as, let me get his face on the screen so you guys can see right here, Christopher P. Stokes. Chris P. Stokes. Chris P. Stokes, 43 years old, and was under supervision from the Department of Corrections at the time of Monday's shooting. Rewind, rewind, rewind. He was under supervision from the Department of Corrections at the time of Monday's shooting. Oh, we're going to get all deep into his record here in a moment. So take a pen, bookmark that part. We'll come back to it. When officers arrived, they found the victims dead inside what appeared to be a domestic shooting. Let me see if I have a quick picture of the victims so you guys can see that, because the family members and people like that actually posted the RIPs. So shout out to them. This is one of them right here who posted and shared that on Facebook. But they were identified as Demetrius R. Thomas, who was 14 years old, a male. Tara, T-E-R-A-R-A-G, 16 years old, female. Lakeitha M. Stokes, 17-year-old female. Marcus G. Stokes, 19-year-old male. Teresa R. Thomas, 41-year-old female. Wow. This investigation is active and still ongoing. Multiple homicide charges are pending against Stokes in the upcoming days. If convicted, Stokes faces 5 consecutive life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. Consecutive over concurrent. What that means is that once he does one life sentence, he has to do another life sentence, then another life sentence, then another life sentence, then another life sentence. So you know what that means. But Stokes is a convicted felon. All right. I personally believe that these kids and the mom were living in a house together with this man. I don't know this to be a fact, so let me throw that out there. I'm speculating based on what I've heard, and I'm going to speculate, and I have the right to speculate. Do I not have the right to speculate? Or everybody want to email me and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? So since they won't put a narrative out there, I will put a narrative out there based on what I believe. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reported Mayor Tom Barnett said that an infant was also found inside the home and was taken to a local hospital for medical evaluation. The child, who is believed to be 3 years old, appeared to have been spared from the mass shooting. This is also why I believe that this is a boyfriend-mother situation. Okay? Morales said investigators recovered a weapon and believe Stokes acted alone, adding that there's no threat to the public. He's been taken into custody. A motive has not been revealed, but the criminal record explains this. So are you guys ready to hear the criminal record before we watch the news videos? If you are, please click the thumbs up, share this stream, because we're about to get knee deep in some stuff. Like for real, for real. We're about to get real knee deep into this, okay? If you're ready, here we go. Chris P. Stokes has accumulated a lengthy criminal record in Milwaukee County that goes back as far as 1997. That guy. He also has domestic violence. He also has domestic violence convictions involving at least 2 separate women starting in 2002 and a felony child abuse case. That's just one. You guys ready for some more? Online court records show that he was convicted in 2002 of misdemeanor battery. He was sentenced to probation, ordered to attend domestic abuse counseling, and prohibited from possessing firearms. He pleaded guilty in 2007 to felony battery. Sounds like a violent ass dude, does it not? Felony bail jumping, and felony intimidation of a witness. It is unclear whether the victims were the same woman from the earlier case. She was among 3 people named as victims in the intimidation case. He was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison, prohibited from possessing firearms, and ordered to complete a batterer's intervention course. Sorry, I messed that up. A batterer's intervention course. 5 years later, in 2012, he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor battery with domestic abuse modifier and drew 18 months in prison with another gun ban. Y'all thought that was it? Can we get a hashtag when you date thugs, you date death? Let's go a little bit further into this because we're not done. In 2017, he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor disorderly conduct and was sentenced to a month in jail with work release privileges. Due to domestic violence convictions, Stokes has been banned from owning guns, in Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports. The State Department of Workforce Development filed a warrant against him in 2016, seeking $13,304 in unemployment compensation that still hasn't been paid. They added a bunch of BS about poverty playing a role in this as well. So if you guys go back and look at the original video, they talked about how this area is poverty stricken and all of this stuff. Well, here's my response to that everybody gives me when I scold black people about committing crimes. Well, white people do it too. Yes, white people are poor too, but that doesn't give them the right to kill their whole damn family. So I really, really wish that people would stop saying white people do it too when it's some bullshit, okay? Just because something bad happens don't mean you got to go also pointing the finger at everybody else, because now you're trying to say not only are those people better than you, but if they do it, then it's okay for us to do it. So if you're saying it's okay for these people to do this, then you're saying that it was okay for these people to lose their lives, and I'm definitely saying that that's wrong. These people did not deserve to lose their lives. So be careful with what you say, okay? Let's go ahead and give you guys the fair usage. Let's go ahead and show you guys the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, and if you guys have any thoughts or anything like that, or if you even know these people, post it in the comment section and tell me what your thoughts are, okay? Let's get it. Uh-oh, did I not? Yeah, okay, here we go.
Understand this is a very tragic event.
And it's a sad day for Milwaukee right now, man.
A city in mourning after a devastating discovery on Milwaukee's north side and a chilling phone call that led investigators to the scene. It is our big story tonight at 9. An outpouring of sadness after 5 people are shot and killed inside a Milwaukee home.
The murder is happening near 12th and Locust this morning. The youngest victim, just 14 years old. Fox 6's Aaron Maven joins us live now at police headquarters. And police, as of tonight, they still haven't answered the question, why?
That is exactly right, Stephanie, and that is what so many people are wondering tonight. Why? What could have sparked someone to open fire? And then, police say, report the crime, calling them alerting authorities.
It's unthinkable.
Unbearable pain sweeping through a neighborhood.
You got people that's grieving for the family. You got the family that's grieving.
Loved ones coming to grips with the tragic shooting Monday morning.
Everyone's emotional right now.
Their emotions running high after police say 5 people were found dead at a home near 12th and Locust. The call came in around 10:30.
The Milwaukee Police Department received a call from an individual who stated that his family was dead.
Police say the man who called officers turned out to be the sole suspect. The 5 victims between the ages of 14 and 41.
I believe it's one actor. A weapon has been recovered.
Very much a family man.
Hopefully you guys are hearing this, and if you would, please click that thumbs up. Let me give a shout out real quick to, let me see, is it Tanina or is it Tanya? I think that's Tanina Bowen in the chat, and I got your donation by way of Cash App and said for the children, and I want to say thank you very much. Let me know how to pronounce your name so I can put some respect on your name. Thank you for your donation. Thank you also to Miss Lady T. Sinades, as well as Night Rider. Hey, she's in the building. Thank you very much. And also thank you to my guy. This is Robert C. I'm not going to read your whole name out, so I don't want to put your name out there or nothing like that. Thank you very much, as well as Henrietta Clark sent in a super chat and said, I'm glad you care so much about our kids. I try my best. Like, I love kids. Like, I know people don't always agree with my views, but I absolutely love these kids, and I would do anything that I could to try to protect them, but I'm definitely going to give them a voice and speak out against these thugs. I'll tell you that. That's what I am going to do. All right, thank you very much. Hey, I see you said that I said it correctly. Okay, thank you. All right, let's get it.
Mayor Tom Barrett revealing a toddler was found alive at the home.
There is a child who's at the hospital right now, and I think that child is fine, but obviously he's been through a lot of trauma as well.
Shock and stress stirring raw emotion. Inside the police tape, tension between a man and officers. But as the rain rolls in,
Pray for the family, and just hope that they find closure through this.
so do signs of comfort for a community that lost so much.
It's a sad day for Milwaukee right now, man.
That is a lot of people out there.
And family members of those victims too distraught to talk with us tonight. We did go by the home, and it appears that there were bullet holes in the windows. Family members back inside grieving together tonight. Milwaukee police have not yet revealed the identities of those 5 victims.
Well, they did. I got it in the news. I've already put their names out there. Next video. Here we go. And again, click that thumbs up, guys. We got a few more videos, okay?
Father, these blessings we ask in your darling son Jesus' name. Amen.
Prayer and support flooded a heartbreaking scene near 12th and Locust in Milwaukee Monday after police found 5 people dead in a home.
I see a lot of hurt, a lot of disbelief. You know, people not believing that this can happen.
As crowds of people gathered outside of the police tape, Marcy spoke and her fellow chaplains with the Salvation Army.
Yes, thank you for saying that. This is in the middle of Corona season, and this type of thing is still happening. When we have something that's going around, I don't know whether it's COVID or whether it's something else, because I'm a conspiracy person, but there's something that is causing people to drop dead. And we're still doing stuff like this. Like, you don't value your families, you don't value your life, you're still valuing arguing about a bunch of BS. It's not even like they're arguing over being able to go to the club or going over people's houses because you can't go anywhere. I don't know. This is just dumb. This type of violence just makes no sense.
Joined strangers in prayer.
We're doing pretty good, man. Keep clicking that thumbs up. Our goal is to try to reach 500 people tonight. So click that thumbs up and that'll help us out. Thank you.
Asking God to protect everybody that's out here, protect the family, welcome the family into his arms.
Just pain and just so much sorrow.
Derek Rogers is with the group 414 Life. They work with the community to try and stop violence.
Just be here, show some love and support, console people where we can, you know, offer, you know, some sense of hope. And it's hard, you know, in the midst of it when it's going on, but that's all you can do.
Derek's been to tragedies before, but says this one is really tough.
It's just so difficult with everything that the community is going through already, you know, just the conditions and the circumstances that we're dealing with already. To have something like this is just makes it even more difficult.
He and Marcy urge people to support and love one another. The rain has since forced people back into their homes, but while we were out here, complete strangers said their hearts go out to the family hurt by this loss. In Milwaukee, Mary Jo Ola, TMJ4 News.
Right now, we want to return to the scene of the breaking news story that we've been staying on top of. A deadly shooting in the area of 12th and Locust. This is a live look at the neighborhood that we are talking about where this incident took place. We have very limited information to share right now. Milwaukee police say they will have more to share fairly soon. We do know at this point that at least one person is dead.
The investigation is still ongoing. And additional information, as I stated, will be provided you in the upcoming days. Understand this is a very tragic event. Our prayers are out to the family, and currently we're continuing to investigate, and we'll let you know more as we learn more.
Can you tell us what kind of weapon?
At this time, we can't release that information on the weapon.
Can you say it was 5 people?
We have 5 individuals that are deceased, 5 victims, ranging from the age of 14 through 41.
Okay, again, let me put this into perspective. Let me do the math for you guys just so y'all understand. So you have the oldest being 19. So that's almost 20 years old. So that would have made the 41-year-old, who I'm assuming might be the mom, especially since one of the kids' last name is Thomas, which is the 14-year-old. I'm assuming that's the mom, okay? So Teresa R. Thomas is 41 years old. And if her oldest kid is 19, then that would have made her had this kid around 21, roughly. So it sounds like this could have been the mom, because then there's a 19-year-old, 17-year-old. So then you have the fact that there's a statistic that mothers who have their first kid will have their second kid within 24 months. So 19 and 17, that would make sense. Then you have a 16-year-old, then a 14-year-old. The 3-year-old, I'm kind of confused about that one. So that would have made her 41, 40, 39, 38. So about 37, 38 years old having a kid. Man, that's a lot to think about. But this sounds like a domestic situation. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. And guys, this is partially a positive story because the 3-year-old lived. We at least have one survivor. Can we be thankful for at least one person surviving this? It's not a good thing at all, but I'm glad that at least one kid survived.
911, what did the suspect say? That
That information will be provided later. It's an active investigation. I don't want to give you any more and any misinformation.
Are they all related, the 5 people?
They're all known to each other, and that's what we're investigating, the relationship between all of them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He said they're all
Milwaukee
known
Police
to
Chief
each other.
Alfonso Morales updating us on the situation, a deadly shooting at 12th and Locust in Milwaukee. About 10:30 this morning was when it was first reported. The chief now reporting 5 people dead in connection with this one incident. The victims' ages ranging from as young as 14 years old to as old as 41.
I think I've got this right. 41 years old is the grandmother. Nah, said no, the mom was at work. You're lying. Are you kidding me? Do you know this story personally? If you do, I can actually let you come on and you can call in if you know the story personally. So if you can give us a little more detail. Is it Tanina or is it Tanya? I might have said it right the first time. But if you know more about this story, let me know and I'll give you a number that you can call into real quick. So you can tell me and you could just literally just kind of just tell me what you know. But let me know if you want to do that.
The police tape after more than 6 hours finally came down here. We're able to get a closer look at the scene, and this is the home where the mass shooting took place. It looks like, understandably, a lot of grieving family members are just walking up. Earlier we saw a large group of people gathered by police tape as well, and they were visibly shaken and upset.
They feeling? The whole neighborhood is feeling.
Just before 11 Monday morning, Milwaukee police received a 9.
Okay, I just might have answered a question. Tiffany Hines said, was he the kid's dad? I think I have an answer for you. His name is Christopher P. Stokes. Lakeitha M. Stokes is 17 years old. Marcus G. Stokes is 19 years old. So it sounds like maybe 2. We don't even know the age of the third kid. So it sounds like 2 of those kids might be his. One's last name is AG, the others is 2 others is Thomas, and then I don't know the name of the baby. So it sounds like he might have been the father of at least 2 to 3 of them. What do y'all think about that? So thank you, Tiffany, for bringing that up. I didn't even think to connect that.
911 call. Investigators say the man on the other end of the line told dispatchers his family was dead.
Who stated that his family was dead.
When officers arrived to this home near 12th and West Hadley, they found 5 bodies. Investigators proceeded to take the person who called 911 into custody.
It's a stressful time. I don't know what led to this whatsoever.
A neighbor tells us she walked down to the home right after it all happened, and family members had just arrived.
She just, and they said it was her kid. She just started getting all, she just went out of it. She started screaming and hollering, and everybody was trying to calm her down. There was no calming down.
Chief Alfonso Morales says the age of the victims range from 14 to 41 years old. He declined to tell us the additional details, including a possible motive.
Our prayers are out to the family.
And we are still waiting to find out the exact relationship that the suspect had to that family and all the victims inside the home behind me. Mayor Tom Barrett also said in a little news conference that he had right after this happened that there was a 3-year-old child that was inside of the home.
I wish they would at least tell us the 3-year-old's last name, so that would at least give us an idea if that was his kid.
When this mass shooting took place and survived, obviously shaken, and was in the hospital and is expected to be just fine. Reporting.
Approximately 10:30 this morning, the Milwaukee Police Department received a call from an individual who stated that his family was dead.
Rain fell Monday afternoon, and so did tears.
Upon our arrival, we discovered 5 deceased victims at this location.
A horrific scene inside this home on 12th and Hadley.
The subject who called is taken into custody, and there is no active threat that we know of right now.
Okay, let me read this, and thank you for at least updating. She said, yes, I live here, and I was watching the Facebook Live and saw a lot of people I knew on it. The 41-year-old was the kid's grandma. We are actually still waiting. Oh, man. it makes me wonder how old was the mom if the grandma is 41? I'm about to be 40 years old. I'd be damn if I'd be a grandfather at 41. Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is too much. This is too much.
Police say the victims ranged in age 4.
Come on, y'all, do the math. A grandma at 41 years old. So what age would her kid have to be? Oh my goodness. 31? Oh man, just never mind. You said the mom was at work. I think I know who the mom is, but I'm not going to put her information out there. Damn, if the grandma is 41, man, Lord have mercy. Oof.
14 to 41.
The loss of life is something that I take very seriously, and this is obviously a horrific incident in our city.
Mayor Tom Barrett was also on scene.
A horrific scene, again, 5 family members. There is a child who's...
And yes, guys, I'm almost 40.
at the hospital right now, and I think that child is fine. But
I am sick to my stomach right now with this violence, you know.
It's too much stuff going on. It's already coronavirus and stuff going on, so what makes y'all people just need to think before they react.
Boom. I agree with what they said. Shout out to them. I like what they said.
I feel like it's my own family. You feel just like my own family.
A community holding on to faith during tragedy and a pandemic.
We're going to pray, make sure everything be all right for the family.
This is a emotional thing for everybody involved. Even if, folks didn't know them directly, to hear somebody lost their child, to see somebody crying because they potentially lost a child is emotional for everybody.
Sarah joining us once again. Now, police say a weapon was found at the scene. Do we have any idea of what kind of weapon?
Toya, I asked them and they did not specify what kind of weapon they found on scene. I did also ask them to confirm what Mayor Tom Barrett said earlier about a child being in the hospital and recovering. They didn't answer that question either. Toya.
All right, Sarah Tamer live in Milwaukee tonight. Thank you.
The news of the shooting drew dozens of people out of their homes despite the governor's safer
Look
at home.
Look at all of these people out there. Oh, wow. Now, I will say this. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing that so many people showed up to support. But that's a lot of people out there all at one time. But what makes this worse is the fact that they said they were out there fighting with each other. And that's just ridiculous. There's nothing you could be wanting to fight over out there like that. That's crazy.
A video from News Chopper 12 captured the crowd gathered along the police line, people standing side by side. The area of 12th and Locust is in the 53206 zip code. According to the Milwaukee Health Department, that area has seen 93 positive cases of coronavirus. 12 News' Derek Rose is live on the scene with the social distancing nightmare, Derek.
Guys, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. I want to thank you guys for coming through. Okay. I'm going to give you guys my closing thoughts. I think I'm more confused now than when we started out, but at least we found out as far as who the victims were. I'm going to give their names again because you guys might have trouble trying to find them later on. Demetrius R. Thomas, one of the victims, 14 years old, male. Tara, T-E-R-A-R-A-G, 16-year-old female. Lakeitha M. Stokes, 17-year-old female. Marcus G. Stokes, 19-year-old male. Teresa R. Thomas, 41-year-old female, are the victims. Now, the man who allegedly shot them right now, based on his confession that he gave, we believe it's Christopher P. Stokes, 43 years old. Keep in mind, there's a few of these people in here that have the last name of Stokes. Okay, so I don't really know what's going on in this situation in its entirety, but I hope that we can at least find out really what the real deal is. But I will say this, whether he was a boyfriend or a stepdad or a grandpa, whatever his role was, he was there, he was around, he got pissed off about something, whether it was stimulus money or whatever it was. Let me be clear. It was not worth the lives of those people that he took their life. If he was that freaking miserable, I really wish people would just, whatever you're going to do to them, just do it to yourself. Do it to yourself. If you want to go out, the coward way, take a bunch of pills, Get you a bottle of water, down it, and then next thing you know, about half an hour later, you won't remember anything. I would like to think that people would do this type of thing. Just if you're that miserable, take yourself out. Don't take out innocent people. That's not right. It's never going to be right. I don't like that at all. These people could not defend themselves against the tyranny of this man. I don't like it at all. There were kids involved, but I will tell you guys this. I personally am thankful that the 3-year-old child in this story lived and survived, and I hope that that child gets around people that are going to protect that child and make sure that that child gets the chance. Because in this environment, around these people, the people that you see going across the screen right now did not get a chance. They did not have a chance at all, especially going up against an idiot with a gun that has a long criminal history. He is a career criminal. All he knows in his life is being a damn criminal. And he should not have been out in society. And he shouldn't have been around these youngsters here in this situation. May God rest their souls. As far as the mom and everybody else, I just hope that the real story comes out so we can just truly know, really what to call this narrative and find out what's really going on. So that way we can teach people going forward with our stories and with our channel about what you should and should not do, who you should be get involved with and who you shouldn't be involved with. Do a background check, a simple background check on this man. Chris P. Stokes would have told them that he is a career criminal and he was on supervision by the DOC, the Department of Corrections. Like, how did you not know any of this? And if you did know that he was on parole or under supervision, whatever it was, has a long criminal history, then that further lets me know that whoever chose to let him around made a bad choice. You know why? They gambled on a thug, and these people lost their lives over it, and it was not worth it. I hope that if he is truly, truly responsible for everything that we are charging him with, I hope that he's done for and he can never hurt anybody else again. He absolutely deserves the death penalty if he is guilty of everything that we found. Okay, I want to say thank you to everybody who came in. I don't know what this was over, whether it was over stimulus money or anything like that, but I can guarantee you this. Once we are able to get more solid information, we will absolutely do an update. I feel like I owe that to you guys, and thank all of you guys. Please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to our channel. This is what we do all day, every day. We talk about these children, we talk about these stories, and we try to give you what's called a comprehensive analysis with commentary. So if you are here to hear my commentary, okay? You're here to hear my commentary and my thoughts. If you just want to hear the news story, then I'd say go to the news, get your news stories from there. Because the people that are here to hear our voice and to hear our thoughts on these stories. And that's what we're here to do, okay? This is your boy DJ Just J. We're here to represent for the children, the AFC, where we advocate for the babies first. From my heart to yours, I love you guys. Please stay safe. Love each other. Let's come out of this corona thing. And, man, let's get back to normal life. And let's be strong. Let's be safe. Let's be clean. Protect yourselves and protect your family. All right? I love you guys. Y'all have a great night, okay? We'll see y'all on the next stream. Peace.